What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vuvuzela. It is the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. It is episode 99, one before that magic 100 episode. And guys, I've got a quick confession to make. I made a blunder. I made a huge mistake. Today was supposed to be Champions League, not Euro Championships matches with England. Yeah. We did of course, yesterday, the group stages. Today we're supposed to do the knockouts, and I recorded everything. The only problem is I forgot to change the screen, so it was recording this screen rather than my laptop screen or gaming screen that I use. So, didn't record any of the action. Got my reactions, though. You'll see those in the video. I've added them in there. So, essentially, I apologize, guys. This is switching to a transfer special rather. I won't give away what happened. You can just watch the beginning of the video and find out exactly what happened, but I do apologize for that. And anyway, let's get to it. Let's run that intro. What's up, all you beautiful people? It is Vuvuzela Victory Challenge, episode 99. And like I mentioned in the intro, I made a massive stuff up. I really did, and I can't believe I actually did it. I was recording. I was just recording the wrong screen. So I have all the audio for the knockout phases of the England European Championship tourney, but I have no visuals for you guys. So we're going to switch it from England games to a transfer special because we got knocked out by Belgium. 3-3 on penalties. 8-7 on penalties. It was one of the most emotional games I've ever had in FM Manager. They went 2-0 up at halftime. We went to a completely crazy tactic. We played the three at the back with Max Saylor and Sutton playing as wing-backs in the end, as wingers rather, at the end for the last 10 minutes of the game. Max Saylor scored a goal in the 92nd minute to make it 2-1. Josh Phillips scored in the 94th minute, literally the last kick of the game, to equalize it 2-2. We went into extra time. Phillips got a penalty. I was ecstatic. We scored it. You know what? I'm actually talking. Let me show you the goals as well, how emotional it was, because they did manage to score the 3-3 and equalize it at the end thanks to Lays, and it went to penalty shootout. And unfortunately, Chingozi's penalty was the one. You can see I still even had it on back of the TV. Behind goal, because I was, like I said, I was under the impression I was doing it all, and yeah, you can see Belgium came in through. Evard, who picked up an injury, by the way, just moments later after this game, carried on playing, came across there. Paprocki closed the gap between Wenchband and himself. We then went into halftime. I switched things up. Sutton, playing as a winger, came right through the team, opened up. Dixon laid it off to Saylor, who absolutely smashed it in the back of the net, kept the tactic going. Chingozi had some beautiful little pass to Phillips, and what an absolute crack of a finish. We then picked up the penalty. Phillips dispatched that easily, and in the... We've somehow, I don't know how, but we've somehow managed to pull this one out of the hat. We are leading against Belgium. And in the 111th minute, our hearts sank once again with Lays pulling that in. And then, yeah, it went to penalties. And it's going to show me all the penalties. I don't want to see all the penalties. Hendricks cuts it in for Belgium. They've taken the shot. Lays! That was just a good, lucky finish from Belgium. He was in the right place at the right time. From Pozzo's rebound shot off Gittins, and knocked us out of the Champions League. We actually had a very, very good game when we took on Norway, beating them 4-2 in the first leg. Maybe a game, the scoreline doesn't really tell the full tale, but we were good. Scholes did pick up a red card on that, Scholes rather, but this was also a good game for us. It was pretty much set in stone by halftime, making it 3-2, and then Josh Phillips just added that extra little bit of touch in the end, beating Norway in the process. So instead today we are going to focus more on the transfer special. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, probably not going to sign a lot of players. We have managed to bring the overall balance down to negative 86. We do have a transfer budget of 40 million and about 600,000 in the kitty for wage budget next season, or this season rather. In terms of sales, though, we have made a few sales already. I'll go to the previous screen quickly. Ashby and Pheasant, both never going to be first-team players, both sort of 18, 19 years old. Like Ashby, decent striker, never going to be in our first team. Steve Pheasant, another one, midfielder, just didn't see much potential in him. In this side, Thornton, he was on a free transfer. His contract had expired. And then the big one, Slavy Nestorov, going for 57 million. The right back, 27 years old, was basically a second string right back for us last season. Played 19 games, had a very good season. But in all honesty, when I looked at his stats, I just didn't feel like he was the right choice for this. And then Alec Power and Paul Smart, two young prospects that I have quite a bit of hope for. Power, less so. He needs to develop a little bit more. He needs to get a bit more game time. He is going to be a first-team regular for Peterborough. And then Paul Smart going to Peterborough as well, the centre-back. He's going to be a first-team regular for them. A couple of other transfers in and around. Hodgkinson rejected that one. Was just not a good offer. Xavier Iglesias could be either going to Union Berlin or Resenberg, both playing in the Bundesliga. Both want him as a first-choice goalkeeper. And then Marcel Cortaxio could be on his way to Leverkusen for 38.5 million. Leighton Albrighton going to either Coventry or Sheffield Wednesday. Both playing the Championship, both offering a decent amount of money, both offering first-team football for the young 17-year-old. And then one that I had a lot of thinking about to do, Verdan Stemkanovic, 38 million up to 41 million, both PSG and Juventus in him. In terms of our strikers, he was the fourth choice in going into the team, but we have such good strikers within the team currently that I feel like if he goes, it's not going to be the end of the world, and 38 million is a decent amount of change. We've got the likes of Tyson Fisher, who had a very good loan season at Rennes last season, 11 goals, 7 rating. We also have Arnal Gartacos, who had a terrible loan season at Espanyol. We signed him from Espanyol. They wanted him back. He didn't play a single game for them in the league. Played 2 cup games. That was it. So we also have Elias Peters, who is capable of being a good striker. I might look at sending him out on loan just to develop a little bit more if need be. And then Patrick Baniak, I've decided I'm going to keep him instead of the others. I feel like he, on paper, is a good choice to have. We also have Alessian Taskarian, 21-year-old Turkish international, very good striker, but I feel with his value at 60 million, might be someone we might try and cash in to try and reduce that deficit that we have in terms of that. And then, of course, we're trying to still sell Wilson, Sean Byron, and Iglesias going out on loan. Sean Byron's an interesting one. I have to kind of keep him at this point, mainly because we don't really have a fifth choice midfielder. We've got Ferreira, Dixon, Mooney, and Chingozi. And, last season he did actually play a handful of games for us with 15 in total coming off the bench. So he'd put in some decent performances. Not great, but I might look to loan him out maybe for one more season. Try and get his technicals up a little bit. But, yeah, in terms of transfer, I don't see us signing him. Probably a centre mid, if anything. I am excited to give some young prospects a run in the team. Our right back, Jean-Anne Roman. You remember last season we signed him in. We loaned him to Birmingham. Had a fantastic little time in Birmingham. I feel like he's ready to take that step up and be the understudy to Ella Quim. As well as Gary Porritt, the left back. Never played a game for Liverpool. This is his opportunity. He had 2 very good loan spells season before and last season. won in the championship. 43 games, 2 assists, 688. Not a bad showing for Bristol in the championship. He's someone I want to give a good thing. And then another one I want to talk about is Aaron Diamond here. As a right wing, he looks like he could be very good. Had a good loan spell at Burton in the championship. 3 goals, 1 assist in 18 games. I feel like he deserves a bit more game time, which does unfortunately mean the likes of Goran Radanovic probably be dropping to third choice, although I feel like he will probably feature a little bit more than Diamond, but I kind of want to give Diamond that run. And then, like I said, Stamkanovic, I want to give the likes of Arnel Gartakos a run as a striker. We are training him as a striker. I feel like he could become really good. He sort of reminds me a lot of Barroso in terms of just the type of player that he is. Just not as good as Barroso yet, but I feel at 22, maybe he should be better. I don't know. We did sign him. We spent a lot of money on him, 23 million. I like the look of him. It's when we're playing with an attacking midfielder that I made that decision to sign him. But also like the likes of Tyson Fisher, who I definitely want to give a little bit more game time. Scored 18 goals in Czechia in 2033-34. And then in 2035-36, scored 11 goals in the French Ligue 1. So he's got the experience in playing top football. We just need to give him experience right here in Liverpool. So those might just be the options that we go for moving forward. But yeah, you never know. Transfer special. Sometimes we have great moves. Sometimes we don't. Just to confirm, we have been knocked out of the European Champions League. We're not sacked from England, at least yet. I did think we might get the sack. But yeah, we'll come back with any news, any signings. I will be scouting. I will be looking. Maybe someone pops up that we could use that could be better than our first team. But I feel like our first team is pretty much set in stone right now. Right, so we are coming back for some news. So Porto came in with a £45 million offer. I decided to offer Verdan Stamkanovic of 48 million. And Leicester, Newcastle, PSG, and Juventus and Barcelona have all matched that. Sevilla came in with 29. We'll just reject that. I will accept that. And I'm going to try offer him out at 50 million. And I'm going to keep doing that until we maybe get a big bid on him. Because he was only valued at 38 million when I started offering him out. So at 50, if I can get 50 million, that'll be absolutely great. We did pick him up about 3 seasons ago for 10.25 million. So making a decent little profit on him, and that will help the deficit definitely a lot. Elsewhere, though, Marcio Cartaxio has left the building for 38.5 million. That's good money straight into our accounts. Help out the deficit in the finances. As you can see, down to 52 million. If we can sell Stamkanovic, then we will definitely be in it to win it. So we have come back with a £30 million off. I mean, dude, come on. 50? No, we're not going more than 32. That's not going to work it. I did also inquire about Alexander Markovic. They want 13 to 19 million Porto. I think he's a very good centre mid. I just don't know if he can be better than what we currently have. And elsewhere, you know, I am looking at the likes of Porto. What can I go to? I want their first team, not their B team. Where's Porto? There's Porto. I was looking at it as well. Klopp, by the way, left Porto. He's gone to Tottenham, by the way. But I was looking at Shadid Raza. You guys remember Shadid Raza, the prodigal son? Where is Raza? Where is Raza? Where is Raza? There is Raza. Shadid Raza. He is now 21 years old. He still looks like a very, very good midfielder for us. I feel like if I bring him in, he is probably going to be better than Mooney for now. But I still rate Mooney so highly. His defending and his mentals are just so good. But as a third option behind Dixon and Chingozi, maybe. The only other problem is that Dixon is 23 years old. Chingozi is also only 23 years old. He'll be 21. The other issue is Ferreira, who's the older of all the midfielders at 26. Mooney is 19. And Roshan Byron is 21. So we have a very young midfield. And if I am going to sign somebody, it'll probably be one with a bit more experience coming into the squad. I feel like that is necessary. Also, Xavier Iglesias has gone to Union Berlin on loan. So he'll just drop down to the under 21s. I don't want to see my loan guys here. So seeing all of this and then seeing how much we've actually got the overall balance down to just 52 million. Maybe if we can sell Stimkanovic and one or two others, we can maybe even try and sign a couple of luxury players that will cost us a little bit less, you know, and it does give us the opportunity to try and find maybe that star player that we are looking for. At the moment, though, I'm probably not making any big transfers again. We do have two offers here on Gary Porritt for loan. He is not available for loan. I want him in and around the first team this season. He's definitely not going out on loan. Make him unavailable for loan. There we go. Right, we'll come back with any other news. We'll keep an eye on that Stimkanovic offer, whatever comes through. So far, 48 million seems to be the threshold on what teams are willing to pay for him. Offered him out at 50. No one's biting at 50. We'll come back for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. Radan Stimkanovic has left the building. 48 million to Barcelona. Partizan will get 7.53 million because they've got a percentage of profit clause, which I couldn't negotiate out of. It does mean we get 10 million into the transfer kitty. And so we'll probably get about 30 million for that sale into the overall finances, which is good. I mean, it's superb because now we're down to 15 million. And we still have about 2 or 3 more people to sell. They also get 1.7 million for profit agreed. That is so annoying. Guys that did those deals back in the day just annoyed me when losing so much money. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we're still trying to get rid of maybe Elson Tascarin if somebody wants him. I have come to the realization that I might let Tyson Fisher go and keep Gartakos as the lone separate striker. I do also actually need a centre-back. Just a backup centre-back. We don't have anyone in the under-21s who's actually very good. So I have had a little bit of a look at the centre-back situation. And I did find one of these guys. I don't know why it's under contract. Yeah, I was just looking at contracts and stuff. In terms of centre-backs that could potentially be someone that is what I'm looking for. And that is Jeremima Vitale, 19-year-old centre-back. Looks like he could be a little bit of a decent player. If we just compare him with our other youngster in Lefave, very similar type of player. Lefave obviously a little bit better at the moment. He's developed quite a bit. He is only 18, Vitale. Another option that I had a look at was Josh Price, these British Englishman who would help us with the homegrown situation as well. He's a little bit expensive at 46 million. We do have the funds to get him. Didn't play much last season for Southampton. Played a fair amount in League 2 with in France with 25 appearances. So a bit of an untested commodity in price. If we compare him with our youngster in Lefave, there is an argument to say Price is probably a little bit better when it comes to the aerial threat. But in terms of just overall balance, I think Lefave is a better player. It does bode the fact that if I'm willing to spend 46 to 68 million on someone who is basically going to be 100% backup. Another option is Oscar Guerrero, 71 million, can also play DM, which is nice. But again, if I'm going to spend 71 million, he needs to be better than the majority of our team. Where's the Fave now? Have I lost him? There he is. So, and again, like, I don't see him being better than Lefave. He's probably a bit better than Julio Cesar, but the problem I have is, like, I'm not willing to spend 71 million. I mean, I can jig the board a little bit. We can get 92, but that'll mean we're way below the transfer budget, which is also massively decreased, by the way, from the sales that we had. So I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe something else pops up. We'll come back with any information. I'll let you know in a bit. Well, I'm back for some, I suppose, some good news for me, at least, that Belgium went on to win the UEFA European Championship final, which means we have a Euro champion goalkeeper in our team, which makes me feel a little bit better that I haven't made a big mistake on that one. Yeah, not bad for Belgium. I did have a little scout of their team, And Khan Gertens here, the centre-back, looks like he could be very, very good. 50 million from Dortmund. Also had a look at Larmendi, who scored a penalty against us. I was thinking of maybe going for him. He's a bit cheaper, contracted to Milan. Had a look at his history. He hasn't played much football, but he seems like he's a good player. So we are going to just scout him a little bit more in this Belgium team. It's always good to have a look at him. Another guy that I had a look at, and then I realized he plays for Man United, and 135 million is a lot of money, is Petrus Timmermans here. As a centre mid, he is phenomenal. And only 23 years old, this man is good. His physicals are just chef kiss good. I did look at the Czechia team as well, who came second. This guy doesn't seem too bad playing for Al Raid, but his wages of 150,000 is probably going to be a little bit too steep. And then we did have a short little scout of Ratic here playing for Lyon. 90 million for him, and I don't think he's worth 90 million at all. Honestly, I don't think he's worth that. But yeah, I just came back for that. I thought it would be quite fun to see that Belgium have won the championship. This message popped up basically to say that he picked up an injury in the game against Czechia, and I was like, oh, they must have been in the final. And yes, they were in the final, and he won it. It does mean in the English rankings, we stay 7th. Portugal hold on to their first one. Czechia went up from 25th to 22nd. Yeah, in terms of transfers, nothing else really happening at the moment, guys, and I'm still scouting around. We have about 3 weeks left of the season. If something comes up, we'll let you know. Here's just the overall of how it looks. If Endergaard gets 6 goals for the top goal scorer, we did have Josh Phillips with 4 goals in that one. Ben Doak with 4 goals as well. The former Liverpool player, of course, back in the day, picked up a couple of goals as well. In other terms, I mean, we didn't really have the best stats going into this. We are still basically rebuilding the England team. So it is noted that Jude Bellingham will officially retire from the England national team again, as well as Reece James announcing his retirement, though never really played for me. Didn't feel the necessary need for him to play there. They are determined to keep the faith in managerial ability for now and can hope we can have better performances in the future. So there you go. We keep our job. Gray officially becomes the new captain of England. I've officially made that. Archie Gray probably the best in terms of leadership with 12 in the squad. I know it's not great. And then Omari Killiman will become vice captain with 10. That's how bad our leadership is. But that will probably change as I look to rebuild the England squad a little bit more moving forward. Yeah, in terms of transfers, like I said, we're just scouting a couple of players. I've had a look at them. We're getting some money from the Colvin Ramsey sales. That's nice. 106,000. Great for that. And we're going to be out Vida and Alonso for the start of the season. They're going to the Olympics. That's not good. We're in the Dream 11 for the championship. Liverpool players. Who? Am I going crazy? Which Liverpool players? Gary Porritt was named in the European Championship substitute. Well done, Porritt. Nice. There you go. I knew there was a reason I was giving you something. England players named in the substitutes. Amari Killiman named under the substitutes. That one. Sousa wins. This is the other stuff. Liverpool players named in the Dream 11 for the Copa America. Lautaro Muda, of course. He's going to be in there. He's such a good player. Spain had a really bad Euros, by the way. That's why Lamine Yamal was back so early. I was wondering why he was so early back. But yeah, Porritt is currently injured. He might miss the start of the season. Yaya is unhappy. He wants a new contract. When we spoke about it, he wanted 195,000. Currently on 73,000. I can afford that, but I don't want to afford that. I don't think he is as good as my scouts make him out to be, or my coaches make him out to be. But in terms of centre-backs, we just don't really have the luxury of those centre-backs. So I might cave in and give him that contract. In terms of contracts, you can see just Lamine Yamal and Mudo both on over 200,000. Julio Cesar on 160 is also a little bit much for the... He's not a great defender, but he's not a bad defender. So maybe in the long scheme of things, having Yaya get a long-term commitment might be good. In terms of players that are expiring their contracts, Patrick Bajnek is going to expire. I can't try and ship him off because he's currently injured. I'm going to try and see if I can give him some game time if he improves, or give him a new contract. Elsewhere, guys that are expiring, everybody else is next season. We can try and sort those contracts out next season. Maybe one or two. Someone like Chingozi can try and keep him on, although he's on 125,000, which I suppose in the grand scheme of things is a decent contract to be on when it comes to the Premier League. So maybe I'm overthinking things. I don't know. Well. This is a big offer, guys. I know 36.5 million up front, but over 20 games and a year, we could get 70 million for Tyson Fisher. Is he that good? Is he worth 70 million? Don't think so. Is he one of our best strikers at the moment with Stambanovic gone? He's fourth best. I do have other options. I think I'm going to take this. 70 million to Newcastle. I think that's a steal, guys. I really think that's a steal. I'm going to accept that. Also, I was looking at maybe bringing in Marcelo to help out on that left-hand side a little bit with Larkin and Porritt, but evidently he has gone to Porto. So we won't be able to do that one. But, I mean, this Fisher one, if we can sell him for that, for 54 million basically, plus 7, it's going to be a lot. And profit of 30%. I don't think we'll sell him for more than 70, but I think it's a good deal. I think that's a very good deal. We are still scouting some guys. Oscar Guerrero, just a couple of the wonder kids I was having a look at. Nothing too exciting, actually, but yeah, it's not looking bad. We got this offer coming in from Barcelona, 40 million for Eliquim. Well, it was actually like, I think it was like 20-something million and then extras. I mean, that's just not on. 40 million, he's at least 60, although it says 47, but at least 60 to persuade me to get rid of him. He had such a good season last season in all competitions. 10 assists, 4 goals. There's no way I'm letting him go for that little bit of money. In terms of just transfers, of course, we're still waiting for the Tyson Fisher offer from Newcastle, and Espanyol was the loan that I rejected, yeah. So 36 rising to 70. We get that over the line. We get that over the line. We're looking a little bit healthier come the start of the season. I am looking for other players, though, players that can maybe fit into this first team, as opposed, that won't. Also, I think I did mention it, but Yaya is still unhappy, not getting the contract that he wants. You can see when you're discussing your contract with the agent, between 135 and 165, and essentially, I mean, that is a decent salary for someone like him. He does have a yearly wage increase, which we can maybe try and get rid of. But in all honesty, he's contracted for another 3 more years with the club. I want to see how the wheelings and dealings go first before we actually make that structural change, so to speak. In bringing in a couple more other players and seeing where we look financially. And then maybe when the transfer window shuts, we can have a look at bringing someone in. On the other hand, though, 83. I mean, on the other hand, we got Joseni Armelini, but he's 83 million. He is very good centre mid, isn't he? Yeah, I'm not gonna look at him. Justus Juvuka. Decent little left winger, not great. Miguel Maya. Yeah, that's how I felt about that one. I'm going to look through all of this, see what's happening, see what's popping. Maybe we come back. Maybe we don't. Maybe we land up just going straight to the end of the season. I don't know. Right, guys. So, Espanyol, who trying to go for Tyson Fisher. Couldn't get Tyson Fisher. They're going to go for Elikan Tascarin. 50% of the wages, I suppose is not the worst thing. We do get 120. We get about 200,000 a month for that. If they win the Europa League, we get 825, and if they win the Copa del Rey, you get 375, which probably won't happen. But I'm going to do this one, mainly because most of the offers that we've been getting in for him are well below his set value of 60 million. I suppose 60 million in the end of the day is a little bit high for someone who hasn't really played a lot of top flight football. I mean, in terms of the 2 loans that he's had, one was in the Bundesliga, which is top flight football, and then Liga Portugal, which is top flight football, although be it maybe the sixth best league. But yeah, not even over 100 appearances international in his leagues that he's played in. He's played one Fenerbahce game as well. That's nice. But 63 games in total in all competitions is in all leagues rather is maybe ideally not 60 million, but we'll take that offer. And his contract does expire at the end of season. No, it doesn't. End of 2039. So he does have 2 more seasons with us. Maybe he has a good loan spell at Espanyol and he does play regularly and he can earn that evaluation of 60 million. Maybe then we can look to sell him on. In terms of fans coming to us, and we are the 3rd best in match day tickets, which is absolutely crazy that we've earned 85 million. These are the players that are all expiring. Out of all of these, the only one that I might look at triggering an extension is Patrick Bainek. He's the only really one. I just want to give him some time to see how he develops or not. And then Darren Pointing, another one. Yaya is they're following up on the interest. Not yet, Yaya, not yet. I am scouting a few people. I am looking at it. I'm looking at centre backs. Feel like if we look at the current landscape of said team, I think centre back is definitely a position that we maybe need to strengthen a little bit. We have quite a young centre back pairing. You're supposed to be in potential. There we go. We do have a young centre back pairing. There is 1 or 2 that I have had a look at. They are young though. That's the only issue. The likes of Jean Marx, Oscar Guerrero, and he is now missing. He's not interested in coming to me. Jemima Vitale. We're still waiting for the full scout report on him, but I do like him. He's 18. Right, ladies and gents. So, gotten my reports back on some of my centre backs. Wade Beadling, might know him from the England squad. Very good player, actually, for club level. Played for Porto. Has been there for the last 3 seasons. Came from Real Madrid. Originally from Man United. But yeah, had a very good season last season at Porto. He's been pretty consistent in his ratings for the first season in Porto. 27 to 28 million doesn't seem like a bad option. And when we compare him to the likes of Alonso, I feel he's probably the weakest out of the 4 defenders that I have. Well, actually, the second weakest. Lefave is probably a little bit weaker than him. But I like Beadling. I think Beadling is a little bit of a powerhouse when it comes to attributes that matter when it comes to being a centre back. Because we can just highlight the key roles for ball playing defend on defend. And you can just see everywhere where it's highlighted bar marking. Alonso is very good at marking and tackling. I mean, is there an argument to say that he is better? Definitely better in his physicals. But I like him. I think this might be the man that we go for, and I'm going to make that offer. 24 million. I mean, we've got 50, we've got 60. And if Fisher goes, we'll have a little bit more. I'll start at 24. Let's see what they really want. They just want a slightly improved offer. They feel they can get more for him. You know what? Let's go to the top end of the evaluation. Let's go 29. We'll make that offer. And let's see. I think he could be very good. Right, guys. So Tyson Fisher has officially been sold. 70 million is what we could be getting after a couple of appearances. After 20 games, we'll get 16.5 million, rising to 54 million into the transfer kitty. Newcastle United Jets from Australia get a little bit of a boost from us after Fisher came from there. He's Australian English, isn't he? Yeah, he is. But yeah, you can see he came through the Liverpool Youth Academy. So I'm not sure why Newcastle Jets get a fee, which is weird. Why do they get? Due to a selling clause agreeing 5%, Newcastle Jets receive 1.8 million. It shows that he came through the Youth Academy, so I'm not 100% sure why they get money. Do we have an affiliate with the Newcastle Jets? We should check that, eh? We don't. Maybe we had one and that's how we got him. Maybe. Anyway, I got sidetracked there. It does mean financially we are now in the black with 11.3 million in the positive. I am looking at just signing Beedling. That is probably the best option out there. Just having a look at the player top odds. Lamine Yamal is rated to be the top player in the Premier League. He was also second in the goal scoring attributes. So we're looking quite good when it comes to our striking force. Like I said, just defense. I find a very good midfielder that could potentially be better than Ferreira or Thiago Ferreira. And maybe that is an option as well. Yeah, like I said, Alonso, probably not the best centre-back that we have. So it is a position that we are looking at maybe just fixing that up. But yeah, we've got Man United in a week, starting the Community Shield. So let's see what happens in this week. Hopefully we have some news about Beedling. Maybe I find that midfielder that I'm looking for as well. Right, so Beedling has agreed to talk to us. Only wants 105 to 135, which is very, very good. Expect to be a regular starter. A long-term contract, which is excellent for us. Challenge for the Premier League title. We'll keep that in there because that is our aim. And I feel with him, it could be a possibility. He does want 135. I'm going to go to his lower end offer of 100, or 105. We'll go to 5. We'll give the agent a little bit of a boost, hey? Try and bribe him a little bit. 7.5 bonus. Will you take that? We'll increase the Premier League bonus. It's gone to 130. So how about 105? Increase that. We'll keep it to 5-year contract. 125. Can you meet me at 115? You will meet me at 115. That is a good deal. Let's get that one over the hump and get that deal in. The last scout report has come back on Vitale, 7.75 to 11. I mean, if we're signing Beedling, we don't really need him. And then just my England scouts coming through. Well, guys, before we leave off, I'm going to leave you on this cliffhanger. We've made an approach for Adrian Sacco. We had a look at him earlier. Belgian international, or played under 21. He was called up for the Euro squad, didn't play a game in there. And he looks very, very good at 18 years old. As a Mazzala, I think a long-term prospect, especially in the fact that he could replace Dixon in that role, and Ngozi. I think he is a very, very good buy. He wants to negotiate, only wants 56 to 74, which isn't bad. Wants to be a squad player, all of that stuff. I mean, I'm going to take this stuff out, and then we'll just keep him on that. He really wants to be a regular starter at some point. In 2 seasons' time to be an important player. I mean, sure, fine, whatever. We'll deal with that nonsense when we get there. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to sign him on for 75 for 5 years. One's 94 now if we take all of that out. You know what? Let's do this. We'll give you 75. And then league after reaching 20 games, we can bump it up to 90. He's happy with that. He is in talks with Milan as well, and Al Nassr apparently are interested in him as well. So there's that. In terms of this video, we've got 2 days until Manchester United. I'm going to end the video off here. We don't know what's happening with Beedling just yet. He is still under contract. Sacco could be a potential second signing. Apparently, we do all the transfer dealings when I go off air. That's how we do it. In terms of outings, no one is really going out. We did get an offer and done deal for Alisson Tasquirin. He rejected Espanyol. Bournemouth came in with an offer. Decided to do Bournemouth 4 weeks. He's back. He's gone to Bournemouth already, playing in the Premier League as a squad player. Hopefully he gets some experience, gets some good game time, and could develop into something better, I guess. But yeah, that's it. That's all we have. This is the starting 11. Like I mentioned, pick best 11. There we go. We're going to go with Lamal, Hunt, Skov, Dixon, Ferreira, Amuda, Ekologim, Alonso, Yaya, and Narkin. If Beedling comes in, then obviously Alonso will drop from that team. And we're going to have the likes of Garrett Porte, San Roman, Diamond Garatos, some new faces in the squad. Hopefully Beedling and Sacco could be new faces as well for us. I'm looking forward to the season, guys. I'm looking forward to the season. I hope you guys are looking forward to the season. Well, what I thought was going to be a pretty quiet transfer season turns out to be quite a busy one, especially towards the end. 2 potential signings. You guys have to come back next week to find out. Episode 101, you'll find out what happens. Remember, episode 100, we're doing something big, something special for the commemoration of the century for the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Make sure you hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, haters, and everybody else in between to join in on the Vuzlap YouTube channel. From me, your boy, the Vuzlap. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Chicken grease.
Thank you.